Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Michael here, ChiCityYaker. Appreciate you for joining me out on this video. Today, we're gonna take a look at the all new Engel Bubbler. It's the newest offering, the newest iteration, the next generation of bubbler aerators out there for all of us live bait guys. When we're using live bait, whether it's minnows or shrimps, if you're out in the salt, you kind of get the idea. Now, I do wanna say that Engel did provide me this product to review for you guys, and in no way, shape, or form will my opinion and anything about this video be swayed by that fact. This is 100%, as always, my honest opinion, thoughts, and feelings on this. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the package. We're gonna compare it to the first generation Engel aerator air pump, and we'll compare it to a third party or a competitor that I happen to have as well, and see which one is actually the quietest. I mean, the claims here is that this thing is ultra quiet. Will the bubbler live up to that claim? We're gonna find out in this video. So we have everything lined up here, and before we get into any kind of comparisons, let's go ahead and take a look at what you get out of the box with the new Engel Bubbler. Of course, you got the main unit itself. You're gonna get the hose, you're gonna get the stone, you're also gonna get a USB-C cable and the plug adapter so you can charge it wherever you're at if you need to. And that's what comes in the packaging itself. Now with the actual bubbler unit, I can tell you right now, I'm already liking the build quality. It feels solid all the way through. Like I can almost kind of feel the inner parts within it. If I were to compare it to the first generation Engel unit or even the competitor two-way hush bubbles here, both of these feel like a plastic shell with almost nothing inside of it. It just feels kind of empty, if that makes sense. Unlike the new bubbler, this thing feels very solid and feels very well built. You've got 4 rubberized kind of feet on here, which is to help with any kind of sliding or movement if you were to lay it down, just like I have it right here. It minimizes slip, whereas on the first generation Engel or the two-way, it doesn't have that. So if you lay it down like this thing can slide all over the place and move around. So nice little kind of quality of life addition there. You've got the clip, which is standard across all 3 of these. Then on this side, you have the charging port for the unit. And I'm really excited about this. This is actually something that I've been wanting for a while out of any kind of a bubbler that hit the market, which is, USB lithium ion charging and battery in it. So it's just more functional. You don't need to go and get batteries. Some of these other ones require, like this first generation Engel requires 2 D-size batteries. This one required a battery, I believe, or I could charge it remotely with a little charger port, which was just another thing I had to kind of keep track of, which I didn't like. But everyone has USB-C ports at this point, whether it's for your phones, your tablets. These are just the standard at this point. Super smart move for Engel to include that in this, because even if you lose or misplace the one that comes with the packaging, with the actual unit itself, you're gonna have one of these laying around somewhere else, whether it's your car, your home, that you can quickly grab, bring with you, and you don't have to worry about running out of battery. So very, very smart, and really, to me, a standout feature, as simple as it may sound, that they included that as the primary source for powering this unit. Now, as we look at the front side of the Engel Bubbler, the new one here, you're gonna see there's 3 simple buttons on the front to operate this. The center one is the power on and off button, simple, right? The right side has the plus and minus. That's gonna control the basically the airflow power, and if you want a little bit stronger, you want a little bit of less. And then here on the left side is the intermittent control. If you're gonna press it, say for example, 1 time, it's gonna go on for 10 seconds and off for 10 seconds, and it's gonna cycle like that. And then you can press it again to turn that option off. So you've got those 3 buttons here. You've got an LED display up top here, so that when you change the airflow kind of power levels, it'll show you if you're at the highest level, or if you're at the lowest level here with the airflow coming out of it. Very simple, really can't mess this up here. And then here on the bottom side is where you're gonna connect your hose, and then that's gonna run into your bait bucket of choice. And again, if you look here, first generation Engel Bubbler aerator here. This used to be all white. You can tell it's been used a long time. It's almost beige now on the front side. As I mentioned before, it felt a lot more flimsy. Build quality was a lot less. You didn't have as big of a clamp here, so this thing would flop around a lot more. I think with this bigger clip, it'll secure the body to the bait bucket of choice a lot better. So I do think that's an important little quality of life upgrade as well. And then here, when we compare it to the two-way hush bubbles, kind of similar thing. You had a very narrow, long clip, but this, I still had the issue of the clip just not having enough coverage area to secure this tightly against a bait bucket, so it would still kind of flop around. So I think that the new Engel one, it's gonna have a better impact on keeping this snug to your bait bucket. And then the other big thing I didn't really like about this one was that it required a 1.5 volt charging port. It was like this very small one, and if you lost that, you were kind of in a world of hurt, because you just don't have that readily accessible like you do a USB-C cord pretty much anywhere, everywhere in your home. So that was one thing I didn't really like about this one. But what I would say is that the Hush Bubbles was a little bit quieter than the original Engel. Now, the new Engel Bubbler says that it has ultra quiet operation. So I'm thinking that we put all three to the test, a sound test, and we'll take a listen as best we can. And I'll let you guys decide which of these three is the quietest and which one is the loudest. And that should be pretty fun. Let's do that. Wow, what I can tell you guys is that this thing is so quiet, the microphone, even at about an inch apart, I did it the same for all three. I set my hand just above it, about an inch or so. It's so quiet, it doesn't even pick up any of the audible noise coming from it. Now, I can tell you, I can hear it. It's the faintest little hum, very, very little. And when you compare it, as you heard with the other two bubblers here, which are loud, mechanical, this thing sounds way better, way better. I'm impressed. All right, guys, so now that we did the sound test, and that's pretty remarkable just how quiet this thing is, I want to share with you some hacks, some really cool things that I figured out how to use any kind of bubbler, but in particular, if you're gonna get this new one right here, how you can kind of set it all up. So if you have the Engel live bait cooler like I do right here, you have the little mounting bracket that you put onto this thing. So you're gonna take your bubbler here, you're gonna slide it right on there, boom, it's on there. And as I said, with the wider clip base right here, this thing sits more snugly, not as loose as some of the other ones. Now, one other thing I want to point out is that I have a strip of this heavy duty Velcro right here. Here's what you can do. Get yourself an external battery, something like this, for example. The one I actually use for this setup isn't with me, but follow along, right? You're gonna stick the other side of that heavy duty Velcro to the backside of the charger. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up sticking it right here. And now your aerator and your charging port for it are next to each other. So if you have a long day out in the water, you don't have to worry about this thing dying, or you want a quick solution for it, you could run it simultaneously with the power plugged into it. It just gives you a lot of functionality. Really cool tip and trick that I came up with that just kind of made things a lot easier without requiring me to kind of find where the battery is. I just stick it right on here. Heavy duty Velcro will hold it there all day long, just fine, right next to your bubbler, and you've got power for it all day. Really cool. Now you might be thinking to yourself, but Michael, I don't have an Engel live bait cooler like you do. I just have a standard old school, minnow bucket like this. Hey, I've got a solution for you too. Flip it around, get yourself a zip tie across one of these openings, and you're gonna create yourself an anchoring point where then you can slide your bubbler right on there and have it all connected. You can run the hose back through the front side, and now you've got a portable bait bucket ready to go. All right, guys, so there's my review of the all new Engel Bubbler. Really impressed with this thing. I think this is gonna be really great for those of you guys that do a lot of live bait fishing. They're gonna need to keep your minnows fresh, any of your live bait fresh, whether you're fresh or saltwater. And I do wanna thank Engel for sending me out this product to review. And I will say that everything I shared with you and I've said about this product in this review video is 100% my own opinion and not swayed in any which way because Engel sent me this product. But if you're interested in it, and I think you should be, really impressed with how quiet. I mean, I'm really blown away at how quiet this new Engel Bubbler is. It's definitely worth checking out. I'll link to it down below if you are interested in it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.